From guilt to grace, reclaiming your time and energy over the holidays. Here is episode 2 of the holiday series. Do you ever feel like guilt is running the show during the holidays? Whether it's saying yes to obligations you don't have the energy for, or feeling bad for wanting time for yourself? Guilt can drain the joy from this season. But what if you could turn that guilt into grace and truly reclaim your time and energy? Hi, my name is Melanie Kiss, and I am your host of the Stay Vibrant podcast, and I'm here to help women over 40 thrive by aligning their mind, body, and soul, especially, the boss babe, the mom boss, the women who really try to do it all, but are thriving in life and want more. So this is, like I said, episode 2 of my holiday boundary series. And today we're talking about how to shift from guilt to grace. If you struggle with overcommitting or feeling like you're letting others down, this episode is for you. So here is a little overview. We'll explore the root of holiday guilt, why it affects us, and why it affects so many women, and how to replace it with grace. Plus, I'll share 3 practical strategies to help you protect your time and energy while feeling confident and at peace. So let's dive in. So why does guilt take over during the holidays? Well, there's 3 main points. Cultural expectations. So cultural expectations, many women feel an unspoken pressure to make the holidays perfect for everyone else. We're often taught that saying no or setting limits means we're selfish. Do those words sound familiar? Did you hear the words in that phrase that might resonate with you? Perfect and selfish. So if you are listening to this and you're saying to yourself, oh my, that's me, I struggle with perfectionism, here is something you could do to get started on the road of letting go of perfectionism. And you want to be able to do something spontaneous. Okay, let me explain. So if you're one to be perfect at everything that you do, letting go might be a very difficult task for you to do. So to once a week, just do something completely spontaneous that's not planned. You should be able to slowly see and feel how it is working for you to go with the flow. And there will be resistance probably at first, but allow yourself to be vulnerable at least one time during that week with someone you trust. And letting go, like I said, could be tough, and it will take time to let go of the control, the perfectionism. But the more you practice, the more you heal, and the more you will feel safe. Now, the word selfish. Maybe your younger self heard someone say to you or to someone else that if you take care of you, you are being selfish. And that tone that you heard was negative. So the consequences of being selfish was looked down upon when you maybe heard this. So there are ways to take care of ourselves by taking little steps, little actions to bring light to self-care and turning it into a positive vibe in your life. And as you take care of you, the energy around you will change and you will be a model for many to self-care as well. You'll be a model for your kids, your significant other. It is transformative. All right. The other point is general beliefs. As a Gen X woman, we grew up with the idea of being the do-it-all generation, and family traditions and social pressures to mix, and the guilt can feel like a default mode. I remember taking care of myself not only because I was Gen X, I had to be independent, but also because I was the oldest, or I am still the oldest of 5 kids in my family. So I learned really quickly to do it all by myself. So we went out there as Gen Xers and had to figure it out. Figure all the things out on our own, leaving little space today to ask for help or feel the need to still be the responsible one who will continue with family traditions. So break free from social pressures and allow yourself to experience setting the tone for your holiday by maybe simplifying your holidays. It doesn't always have to be this grand change. It could be something small, but can have a huge impact. So slowly build that confidence of speaking how you feel with kindness. Listen to what your soul, your heart truly desires, and honor it. All right. Then there's the guilt versus responsibility. There's a difference between being responsible and being guilt-driven. Guilt says, I have to or I should. Grace says, I choose to or I want to. The shift begins with awareness. This method can be used at any time, not only during the holiday season. It can be your tool to your new mindset, your new language of positivity when you choose to say exercise or eat healthy foods or self-care or to meditate or to take time to read a book. This are all little small actions for your self-care, for you to really change that way of speaking, that language to a more positive tone. I choose to exercise today, or I want to. I really want to because I know it makes me feel good. I want to eat that healthy meal because it feels good. I want to eat that dessert at Christmas because it's Christmas and it makes me feel good because I know the rest of the time I eat really healthy. So it's all about changing our language. When you change your language, you change your mindset. When you change your mindset, you start slowly to align your life to your environment, to your values. All right, let's move on. So from guilt to grace, the mindset shift, right? I just said the mindset shift. Your role during the holidays isn't to be a superhero. All right, Mama, it's not about being a superhero. No, it's to be present, joyful, in a way that feels authentic to you. How many times have you been in a setting, whether it's family or work or with friends, and you just had that moment of like, something doesn't feel right. Like I don't feel like myself. I feel like I'm being someone else while I'm here. But you, superhero girl, are out there taking part because you feel the need to take part, right? You have to do it all. So I invite you to not do it all, to not be that superhero. Be a superhero for yourself. Be your own superhero. And practice being present. I see a lot of people saying, oh yeah, I totally live in the present moment. they don't take the time to really see what's in front of them, or hear or feel what is in front of them, what's inside of them, what surrounds them. They see the surface stuff. I always like to give this little trick. So if you're going for a walk, try to look beyond what's right in front of you. So let's say you see patches of grass everywhere and trees and the houses in your neighborhood, or maybe now it's winter, so you see snow or what have you. Look further. Look for the little details. Your brain is working so hard for those little details that it is completely in the present moment, not thinking about all the other things that it needs to do. And find joy in that present moment. It's a wonderful time of year to go look at Christmas decorations. Take the time to really observe them. It's beautiful. Okay, perfection, right? Perfection isn't required for the holidays to be meaningful. No. In fact, imperfections often create the best memories. I'm going to say that again. Perfection isn't required for the holidays to be meaningful. In fact, imperfections often create the best memories. How many times have you gone to an unplanned, right? For those perfectionists, how many times have you gone to an unplanned event or gathering or whatnot, and you're like, wow, I just had the best time of my life? Because it wasn't planned. It wasn't perfected. It was just you there with other people, enjoying being present, right? I mean, I have to say that there's also a generational part that may have seeked perfectionism for whatever reason. Maybe it's marketing, maybe it's life traumas that happened in their past. So they feel the need to control, they feel the need to perfect holiday season, right? I remember I had to wear the dress and I had to be quiet, and we were going for the holiday dinner, or they were coming over to our house, and everything has to be super clean all the time to not touch anything. No, those were not the best memories. And they're not the best memories, I'm sure, that you don't want to move forward or carry through with your own children. So think about it. Think about a moment in your life where you felt that pressure of having everything perfect in your house. My past experiences, I realize, kept me from inviting people to my home because I didn't find my house adequate enough, like a magazine, to be able to invite people to my home. Today I've let go. I don't care if my house does not look like a magazine. If people want to come over, come on over. And if you judge, that's on you. I don't care. But it's so interesting how it took me all these years to realize why I never wanted anyone over at my house. I had a selected few, but most of the time I wanted to go somewhere else, right? Letting go of that perfectionism. I've lost probably a lot of great times that I could have had in my own home because I was too worried about what it looked like. So think about it if you're one of those people. So give yourself permission. Grace starts with permission to rest, to say no, and to prioritize your well-being without apology. And so I want you to take responsibility for a great moment or situation that you created for yourself this week. Okay? So take responsibility for a great moment or situation that you created for yourself this week. To recognize that you are the creator of those moments. To keep doing things that please you. To offer yourself that gift. It is a gift. Because you're in your light, in alignment. All right, here are the 3 strategies to reclaim your time and energy. So you want to anchor your values. So ask yourself, what do I value most this season? Connection, rest, fun. Use your values as a guide for where you invest your energy. So for example, if connection is a priority, focus on quality time with loved one instead of saying yes to every invitation. And if you're not sure what your values are, in my Radiant Starter course, I have 2 techniques that can guide you on figuring out what your core values are. Because sometimes some of the core values are tainted with limiting beliefs or traumas from our past. And so we take this word and we tell ourselves that it's part of us and it's our core value, but actually stems from something negative or that was told to you as a child that had to be your value as well. And so if you're not sure, I invite you to sign up for the course. It is a beginner's course, but it is a gateway to transformation. All right, let's practice compassionate no's. Saying no doesn't mean rejecting others. It means honoring what you can realistically give. I'll repeat. Saying no doesn't mean rejecting others. It means honoring what you can realistically give. If you're working 9 to 5 and you have something almost every night, and come the weekend, you have tons of home responsibilities and you have another party to go to, but you know you will burn out, it's okay to say no. And this is how you could say it. Thank you so much for thinking of me. I'd love to, but I can't commit this year. That's it. No need to add more. Thank you so much for thinking of me. I'd love to, but I can't commit this year. All right. Practice that one. Let me know how it goes. Now, number 3, create energy rituals. So protect your energy with rituals that ground you. This could be morning journaling, a daily walk, or a 5-minute meditation before bed, or 5-minute yoga before bed, or reading a book. Whatever it is that grounds you, create that ritual, create that habit. Think of these rituals as anchors that keep you steady, no matter how busy the holiday gets. So I got to a point in my life that exercise is such an anchor and part of me and a huge core value that, yes, I still give myself breaks and don't necessarily work out like you might think in your head for hours on end, but I do create some sort of movement on a daily basis because it just makes me feel good. Some people, it's journaling, meditation. I meditate. I don't do it all the time, but I do it. Walks. I love walks. Let me tell you, I become a hermit in the winter. It's very difficult for me to go outside and go for walks. So I take full advantage when I'm in another country and I walk like crazy. Or I grab someone when I'm at home, like my husband, say, hey, let's go for a walk because I need your support right now to get out that door into the freezing cold, right? That could be an anchor. And an anchor is not something that pulls you down. It roots you. It creates those roots that you need to create those habits. All right. Now, let's talk about overcoming pushback, because there'll always be pushback. I don't like using the word always, but we live in a world where we're not all at the same level, at the same speed, with the same experiences and the same traumas. We have similarities, but we're not all at the same space and time. So there will be pushback from certain people in your life. So not everyone will understand your boundaries, and that's okay. Their reaction is about their expectations, not yours. Okay, try to remember that. I know it can be difficult, but remember, and it can be very difficult when it comes to family members that you're close to. But if those boundaries that you were able to set, remember, it's your worth, their expectation. And reframe the narrative. Instead of thinking, I'm letting them down, remind yourself, I'm teaching them to respect my needs. Is respect one of your core values? If it's one of your core values, this might be a little easier for you, because having someone respect you will maybe come easier for you to not think that you're letting them down. Okay, so reframe your thinking. You're not letting them down. You're teaching them to respect your needs. And again, remember, they're not the same space as you. They're not in your head. They're not in your feelings. It's important to share with kindness. But once you've shared it and you've put it out there, it's on them to try to understand. And if they don't understand, that's okay. You have to take care of yourself. So let's do a little recap. So by shifting from guilt to grace, you could reclaim your time, your energy this holiday season, anchor to your values, say compassionate no's, and create grounding rituals to keep you centered, to keep you rooted, to keep you aligned. So if you haven't already downloaded my holiday boundary blueprint, right, that cheat sheet that I keep talking about, it's packed with tips and scripts to help you thrive this season. The link is down below in the comments. I highly suggest you download it. It's free. These steps are the steps that I've learned through school, that was taught to us. This is what I use with my clients, and I'm offering it to you. And this could be used for any goals, but wow, if you know how to use these steps, it is of huge value and could help you tremendously. Okay, so what's one thing you'll say no to this holiday season? I want you to reply to this episode if you can, or connect with me on Instagram to share your wins. Again, it doesn't have to be huge. It could be something small, but let me know what you'll say no to. I am curious. I want to learn more. I want to connect with you. And if you haven't seen last week's episode, I invite you to go listen to that one. And I will create episode number 3 that's coming out next week. And we'll talk about finding joy in the unexpected and creating holiday traditions that truly nourish your soul. So thank you for spending time with me today. If you found this episode helpful, please share it with a friend who might need a little extra grace this season. And don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. Your support means the world to me. Until next time, protect your peace and choose grace over guilt. And of course, always stay vibrant.